Local parks are great places for citizens to enjoy their time with family and pets outdoors and are an essential part of any community. Bowling Green boasts numerous parks with a large variety of uses and features. In this edition of Spotlight on Bowling Green, we'll take a closer look at H.P. Thomas Park and its recent improvements.
The big benefits to our park here at H.P. Thomas is we do have it's green space in the middle of town. It's in a neighborhood where people can walk to the park if they choose. They can ride their bikes to the park. Very easy access off Cave Mill Road and through Shawnee Estates subdivision. H.P. Thomas Park was founded in 1980. It's about 18 acres of land, and it was named after a former Parks employee who was with the department for over 20 years. When this park was first founded, it was just a community park, just basically a big green space. In 2006, we brought in a playground and a picnic area, and there's a small wooded area that's adjacent to. And then in 2005, the Hills Pet Food Company approached the city about the possibility of opening a dog park. And they gave us a one-time donation of $15,000. That helped pay for the fencing that you see now, where the dogs, we call them the vestibule, where the dogs can run in a safe space and not get loose or get away from their owners. And once we entered into the partnership with Hills and developed the dog park, it became a high-use park. Lots of activity here, and became a need for restrooms and possibly a shelter facility, and that's how all this got started.
The Parks and Recreation Department is continuously improving the parks in the city of Bowling Green. The most recent improvements at H.P. Thomas Park include the addition of a pavilion that houses restrooms and picnic tables.
We have constructed a restroom facility and a shelter that'll hold up to 70 people for activities, picnics, what have you. Turned out to be a really nice facility and it's modern looking, and so far we're getting nothing but great reviews from this facility.
Well, we started on the process back in 2012. In October 2012, we sent out proposals to get the architect, the designer of the building. Well, once we got that started, we had 8 bids to come in for the architect. Brian Clemens was awarded the architect fee, so he came up with a design for the building. Once we got to the design, then we set up a meeting with the community at Lost River. We wanted to get the community involved to let them see what we was doing and see if they had any concerns about about the construction of the project, to make sure that it fit in with the community. Well, once we got all that passed and everybody pretty well agreed on it and liked the plans, we had a nice plan set up for the job. Then we went through the stage of sending our bids out, all of our specs. We had 5 contractors to come in. They sent in sealed bids, and the bid was awarded to the lowest bidder. They started the construction sometime in, I would say, late 2012. After the construction was finished, then we had to do a walkthrough of the pavilion and the shelter to make sure everything was up to par. So once we done the walkthrough, I think they finally turned it over to us the 1st of February. Once they turned it over, then we had to add the things that we're supposed to add to the shelter. We had to install all the picnic tables. We had to install the ceiling fans, new timers. We installed all the toilet petitions and everything that goes in the restrooms we put in. So once we got to that stage, then we was ready to turn it over to the public.
You can reserve the shelter by calling the Parks office at 270-393-3249, and a half-day rental is $15, and a full rental for the day is $30.
One of the main attractions of the H.P. Thomas Park is the large fenced-in area for dogs to play. This dog park is very popular with dog owners and has seen considerable use throughout the years.
As everyone knows, dogs are part of the family. They become a part of your family, or at least they have in mind. And it gives a person an opportunity to come out with their dog and socialize their dog with other pets and to meet other pet owners. It's just a great environment for exercise for your dog if you don't have that place to do it at your home.
I've been coming here with my dog for about 5 or 6 years, ever since we got him. He's in a fenced yard most of the time, but a lot of the dogs that come here are inside or cooped up all day, so this gives them a good chance to get out and be themselves. We live in this area, so we walk over here a lot, and it's only about 10 minutes from my house. The dog likes it. He's gotten to make some friends here, and he enjoys interacting with the other dogs, and I enjoy watching that. And there's been a lot of nice improvements here over time. The park is nicely taken care of. There's other things to do here. Adequate parking, and they've just built a brand new shelter house. I've had both of my young grandchildren here before, and we've played in the park. My grandson has had pee-wee soccer practice here a few times, and again, it's just a nice area to walk through and to be in.
We have actually, last year we added a pavilion out into the large dog park, where the big dogs run, and it was a 30 by 30 shelter that we have a tarp we put on every year for shade. And we also added another drinking fountain inside the fence so they could access water. We've added a new sidewalk going down to the dog trail itself. The dog park is becoming a big process. A lot of people are using it. Hopefully in the future we're looking at another site for another dog park.
With any facility like this, rules must be in place to ensure the safety of both the dogs and their owners. Lists of these rules are posted at the entrances of the dog park.
I guess the main rule is pet owners must keep their dogs on a leash from the time they arrive at the park until they enter the actual dog park enclosure, or we call them the vestibule areas. Once they're in there, the dogs you can let them off their leash, and they can run and play and just pretty much at their own will.
I think the most important thing for other dog owners is to take a few moments and read all of the rules that are posted near the front entrance. There's quite a few of those, and it does take a couple minutes to go through them, but they're all designed to benefit the dogs. This is a dog park. I think it's important that people keep an eye on their dogs while they're here. You are responsible for your dog.
Another big rule, of course this is one of the big rules, is cleaning up after your own dog. And if the dog happens to have to use the outdoor facilities, then it's up to the pet owner to clean up after their dog. We don't allow any aggressive dogs. Anyone having a dog with aggressive behavior should work with socialization of your dog before you bring them to the dog park. This last thing we need is an aggressive dog running someone's nice time out with their dog and their family in the dog park.
The main benefit is being able to observe the dog, having him enjoy himself here with the other dogs. That's enjoyable to me. I also enjoy the beauty of the park. It's a very nice, clean, well-maintained park. The city's done a nice job here. There's families that come here to play and to cook out. There's a lot of things that go on here.
If you would like to learn more about this or any other Spotlight on Bowling Green program, contact City Hall at 270-393-3000.